largest staff have you managed in the past?
My staff was at that time was about 6 or 7.
You had mentioned earlier about the changes you could do with technology to make the process better. Have you ever, you've been through that, or you've been in part of that change, but have you ever managed that change?
Have I managed that change?
Have you ever led something through a process like that? I know that can be challenging.
Right, right. And quite honestly, I have not managed the internal systems conversion. I have been, an end user of that. I've been a person who actually audited that process, but I did not actually write the programming or the coding for that.
Sure. Well, and the programming and coding of employees, getting them through that change is what I'm thinking of.
Right.
I'm thinking of
right.
those county employees, maybe
Right.
a little bit different than PNC or Smith Barney,
Right.
wherever it was that you experienced that.
Right.
The county employees may be a little set in their ways.
That may well be, but I think that we all have to make changes. We all have to, that's the job of leadership, is to lead the way. And I think that what happens in that case is that, education clearly helps in that case. Obviously, since we're not developing our own systems, in any case, we would be relying on a vendor. I think that part of the process would be to make sure that the vendor provided the best education possible. Any systems conversion, no matter how perfect it is, will fall flat on its face if people don't know how to use it. And so I think that's incumbent upon the person managing that process to do that.
Mr. Morgan, you work for PNC right now. How would you handle, if you're elected controller, your job at PNC? Would you take leave? Would you not work? Would you still continue to work? How would you handle that?
I would still continue to work on a limited basis.
Would it be part-time, or would it?
Well, it would be, what would happen is, my business is flexible in the fact that I'm meeting with clients at different hours. I'm not, meeting with people necessarily only between 9 and 5. I think that the business is accomplished at the convenience of my clients. It's not necessarily accomplished at my convenience. So, oftentimes I'm busy on nights and weekends. As I'm sure, Mr. Griffith has indicated, he's going to have someone else run his business. I'm sure that, if we went down there at 6 o'clock on a Monday evening and found him working in his business, that would not be, anything that would be considered less than his pledge.
So you see the controller's position as a full-time position?
Yes.
Every day?
Yes.
You're there? Okay.